To be here at the beginning with Macquarie University, and yet we still see you around campus today.
Yeah. I would guess, apart from Judge Lincoln, I would have the longest experience at Macquarie. I started with the Perfect University in 1966. There were no students. But in fact, the departments of chemistry and biology shared a cottage, which still stands along Vimiero Road. Why did I come here? I had no idea really how exciting the job would be. I was favoured by Frank Mercer, the founding professor. I'd worked with him briefly at Sydney, and so I was really very privileged to be the first appointment in biology other than the professor. Teaching, of course, started a year later. I can remember everything was a little bit difficult. You never really knew what was going to happen. And we actually started our laboratories when there were no stools in the lab. And halfway through the lab, the stools came in, and we could pretend to be a little bit more important and efficient. I've stayed around, got involved with lecturing. Microscopes is my game. I retired some time ago now, 97 or so, but the department has given me the privilege of hanging around. I have an office and a lab. I can use my microscope. I've been able to put my efforts into photography, usually of scientific photography of one sort or another, which decorates the halls in biology, and I think that's another reason they favour me being around. I find it a great privilege, and I'm grateful to successive heads of department that have put up with me.
Fantastic.
Hey, Ron, you're a standing deliver sort of guy.
Thanks a lot for that. Oh, where's the script?
Paul and
hello, Paul.
Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Hi.
So, we're talking to Professor Blue Barclay, but first we're going to just have a word from Professor Barclay's wife, Bobby.
Would you like me to say?
That you were a student here.
I came
and
when
your
I was
husband,
50.
Right.
Blue was very much the person who started mature age teaching in universities. So I snuck off and did an HSC without telling him, and then went to said I was going to be doing this, but I didn't like to tell him until I thought if I made a mistake and didn't stay, it wouldn't look good for his reputation because he was all for mature age. But the first day I started at TAFE, to do the HSC, I knew I was gone. I loved it. So I came here and I did a BA and then I did an MA, and then he got sick and so I didn't do any more, but I would have stayed forever if I could.
So was your area chemistry as well?
No, certainly not.
English literature.
English literature. So,
That's wonderful.
and you started the School of Chemistry here.
He was one of the first 4 professors, and he had an office in a little rundown cottage.
I've already told you.
Oh yes.
And he shared a secretary who was in the bedroom, and these two were in the dining room.
We might have to cut that bit out.
I think you should. Anyway, I loved every minute of it, and I'd go back tomorrow. It was just the greatest time of my life. I really enjoyed it.
And Professor Barclay, you're still in touch, I gather, with students and colleagues from Macquarie.
Colleagues a bit, yes.
Not so much.
Not
He
much.
still meets a group of them about 2 or 3 times a year up at the El Land show.
Yeah, but they're not all old ones.
No, you got some new. Well, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right to have some young ones
Yes.
around you. Yes. And our son Peter was the first in this first group too. He died 8 years ago, but he was one of these first ones too. So we've got a sort of big connection with Macquarie.
Well, thank you very much for coming down
It's a great pleasure to be here.
so far from the Central Coast.
Enjoyed it very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I don't like driving at night, so we're off.
Fair enough. Thank
It
you.
hasn't
Thank
even
you.
happened
Yeah.
all the way, so
Got a backseat driver.
That's for sure.
Thanks for coming. Thanks,
so
Blue.
much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.